Well, Mike. Andy Warren, Mike Bacon here at Portman Road, where we've had a dramatic afternoon, haven't we? St Selina, in stoppage time, sends 20,000 fans home happy and sends an American owner home very happy as well. What an afternoon that was.
I mean, a Hollywood script. Do you like that, Andy?
Yeah,
A Hollywood script. I mean, well, fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, everyone loves a 94th minute win. I mean, goodness, doesn't matter where you are. The fact that Brett was over here, yeah, what a dramatic afternoon, Andy. Dramatic afternoon, but. You know, I come away, sometimes people sort of score like late winners and people sort of think, oh, I feel a bit sorry for the side who conceded, a bit tough. Weren't tough on Fleetwood. Ipswich deserved that today. They made it hard work for themselves, but we'll go through the game in a minute. But yeah, what an exciting day, Andy. I mean, I was drinking my bottle of water at the time, the 94, and it sort of flew, in my head. I've rewrite my intro. I mean, so much happens, people don't realise.
Some of the pictures are incredible of Brett Johnson and Mark Ashton kind of hugging and the anticipation, and then he's lived the emotions that fans in the stands live, and to see that coming from the people that own this football club is there's a bit of a different air running around this football club at the moment, isn't it? We will get on to the game in a minute and why Ipswich were in the situation where they needed to score a 94th minute winner in a game that actually they should have been out of sight in, really. But just the emotion of it, it's why people come to football, and it's why, aside from kind of money-making reasons, why people from Los Angeles might quite fancy owning football clubs in England, because there aren't many leagues in the world where third division football can give you that.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. There is no football has this great emotion. I mean, we've all loved football all our lives, and that's what you come to football for. We remember that, tonight. You go out tonight. You can wherever you'll be clubbing somewhere. I expect. I mean, I'll be tucked in bed, whatever, but we'll both be. It just makes the night, doesn't it? It just makes the night. It makes the fans go out. They go in the pub tonight chatting, and as I say, Brett will go home delighted. Paul Cook will go home delighted. It's just a great buzz, and football does that to you. And yeah, good.
Right, let's discuss the winning goal before we get on to the rest of the game. The winning goal, Lee Evans' raking pass, Janoi Donasian's third assist in 2 games, a really nice kind of lobbed ball back into the box, and a St Selina slammer. He's a man for the big moments, isn't he? We've seen it before. We've seen the goal at Burton, late winner. We've seen the goal that beat Leeds here at Portman Road, and I'll be honest, I don't think he did an awful lot in this game after coming off the bench. But I just had a feeling, and you did too, because you said it about a second before the ball hit the net, that he might just be the big moment man today. And that's exactly what he was. A good finish, and he's lost his shirt in the crowd. Somehow got it.
I didn't see that.
He threw his shirt into the crowd, and someone threw another one back. Not his, just their shirt came back.
Charlton Athletic one.
It was an Ipswich shirt. He did eventually manage to get his own shirt back to finish the game. But the man for the big moment.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? Because as Evans got the ball, I did actually nudge you. I said, there's going to be a goal here. I said, there's going to be another goal. And, well, in all the excitement, it was. Yeah, he's a man. I remember the cracking goal against Leeds. I remember the cracking goal at Burton. Yeah, he's a man for a big occasion. Donasian's touch back. Don't underestimate that in the 94th minute. That bloke's run up and down that right-hand side enough times, and to have the control of the heart of the volleyed pullback, great bit of pullback. Got to be Johnny on the spot, though, haven't you? I mean, that's what Ipswich. I don't like 4-2-3-1. I've said this a million thousand times, but it doesn't matter. But if you're going to play that formation, then you've got to get people in that box apart from a Corley-Bon. And they've done it again today. Selina has got in that box, in that 6-yard area, just like Chapman's done, and that's what makes a difference. And therefore, you've got a winning combination. So yeah, he didn't do a huge amount when he was on the pitch, but he livened it up, didn't he? Him and Wes Burns livened it up. There's no doubt. They livened it up.
So 1-1 heading into stoppage time. The reason it's 1-1 heading into stoppage time is because Ipswich came out strong, faded a bit in the first half, 0-0 at half time, but hit Fleetwood incredibly hard at the start of the second half. A really good Connor Chaplin goal that left the goalkeeper standing. And from that point, we were saying to each other, weren't we, that we know Ipswich need to score second goals. There have been times where they haven't done that, but if they do, we thought that would be enough in this particular game because of just the way that they'd seen Fleetwood off. But they didn't do it. Callum Morton then scores an equaliser for Fleetwood, and they've left themselves in a situation where, on a big day, it looked as if things weren't quite going to end Ipswich's way, didn't they?
Absolutely. I mean, Chaplin's goal, by the way, I mean, a turn and shot like that was fantastic. I mean, just turn on his just to turn and shoot in the manner he did.
Instinctive, wasn't it?
Great finish, loved it. Great finish. And we were talking. I said if Town get a second goal, that will be it. You ain't got, even if Fleetwood get one, they won't get two. I certainly won't get three. But of course, when you don't get the second goal, you don't get the second goal, do you? And the longer it goes on not getting the second goal, something can happen. I thought the boy Morton actually took his goal. Very brave header. I mean, he had Christian Walton coming at him probably with fists to punch it. Clip. Dorm got in there. And you're always if you've only got one, you're always that can happen. But even at that point, with only 10, 15 minutes left, Ipswich looked strong, didn't they?
Well, I thought the midfield made that happen. As the first half drifted, I thought Morsey and Evans were maybe drifting backwards a little bit and
too much sideways,
dropping into the back four, weren't they?
Yeah.
But for the last sort of 25 minutes of that game, they were pushed up really high, and every time Fleetwood tried to clear, they were there to try and almost make this game be played in the final third. I'm not going to go overboard. They weren't creating chance after chance after chance. They weren't battering the door down. Macaulay Bonne, not one of his better days today. Still effective, but not in terms of finding the net. But they did maintain that pressure, which they eventually managed to get to tell. But I'm glad they left it that late. We want moments like that, don't we?
I could take 94th minute winners all day long, Andy. Yeah, so the trouble is when you've got to rewrite your intro. That's the only thing that messes it up. But no, I could take it all day long. I mean, Ipswich did finish. The first half, as you say, I mean, it's a bit disappointing. I think I wrote a damp squib. I don't know what squib or squid. I can't remember what I wrote in the end.
All squid are damp.
Yes. So, and the first half was a bit like that after a strong start. But second half, they did come out. Gary Roberts spoke afterwards, said Portcock got into them, which I assume he means really wasn't very happy with possibly just with the momentum, just with the oomph about it all. And they're much better second half. They'd be unlucky to actually get the equaliser. Came out not a lot really. So felt a bit for them really because they played well in that second half and they got their just desserts in the end.
They did, with a squid on the side.
Absolutely.
Up to 10th into the top half.
Yep.
It's taken a while to get there. It's coming to the end of October,
Yep.
and we didn't expect to be sat here then talking about Ipswich breaking into the top half of this League One table. But 6 wins in 9 now, and it's all going in the right direction, isn't it? Heading to Plymouth next weekend, which is a real test.
A real test, obviously. I mean, I think they're 4 off the playoffs now. Only 4 points off the playoffs. I mean, that's where you want to be. 10th, but only 4 off the playoffs. Yeah, Plymouth. I mean, they've got some big games coming up. Plymouth, Rotherham, Sunderland, Wickham. I think all coming up in the next month or so. Some great games ahead. But as Town showed against Portsmouth, perhaps perhaps they're one of these teams who enjoy the bigger occasion and trying to break down teams like the Cheltenhams and the Morecambs. They find that harder, whereas Plymouth are going to play, aren't they? Plymouth are going to come out. Plymouth aren't going to sit back, are they? Like teams do often when they come here. So we're off to Plymouth, I believe, next week. And Andy, I'm with you.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed today's game. They're the moments we're here for, aren't
sure
they?
Did,
and hopefully there's plenty more of them as the season goes on.